family. I'm the youngest, so I was the last kid to leave my parents, and I felt kind of guilty leaving, and it just made it all the harder kind of moving away.
I felt a little homesick. I feel like it wasn't extreme, but I had a lot of family that lived close, so they would come visit me, and I had a lot of stuff in my dorm room that would help me kind of remember my home and stuff like that.
I came from 5.5 hours southeast of Wisconsin, so I came up here knowing absolutely no one and stepping completely out of my comfort zone because all my friends didn't move so far away from home, so I was coming up here literally knowing no one.
I was homesick during first semester just because those first couple weeks, first couple months being away from home definitely was a lot to take in by myself.
My dad would come up like every other week or so just because like he needed to drop something off that I forgot, but it would also be like, oh, let's go get lunch, or like, let's go do this. And my parents would come up for all the football games to watch us dance, and I had like this book that everyone signed at my grad party, and it had like things to help me not be homesick and things to remember while I'm in college and like stay true to yourself kind of stuff. And I had that written in the like, oh, the places you'll go book, and so I had that always like in a drawer in my desk at all times.
I reached out to other people like that I lived with, like my friends, like, hey, like I'm feeling this way. And a lot of times they also felt the same way. We all just didn't know it. So I think by like opening up to each other and like knowing that I wasn't the only one was a very comforting feeling.
At first I didn't. I kind of just sat in my room and moped and was sad. But I met a few people who were interested in some of the same stuff I was interested in, and I kind of just hung around them, and that was a big step to kind of not being homesick so much.
So I definitely think it's important to make connections like where you live, because having that sense of like belonging and acceptance and like building a community I think is very important.
I found it through Muggles United specifically because I'm a giant nerd and I love Harry Potter, and I knew going there I'd be able to find people with common interests.
During the week of welcome, ironically, I found a bunch of friends, and they kind of became like my family away from my family. So it was like one of those building your like second family of people that you're like, I can be close to, I can come to these people for support.
I've made lasting friendships by stepping out of my comfort zone and going out there and putting myself in a situation I never thought I'd see myself in. So walking up to someone and saying hi, or just like sitting down with someone at lunch that I had no idea who they were.
It can be hard to make friendships for someone who's homesick or shy, just because they're not entirely comfortable kind of going out and doing stuff. But it was like if a friend invites you to go on a walk or something, you may not be interested in it, but you should still go anyways, because you don't know, that could be one of the best memories of being with friends, is just something simple like that.
Like I definitely took a while to meet my people, like the people that I was friends with right away. I didn't hang out with them the rest of the year. So I think just being open those first 6 weeks, being open to everyone you meet, because eventually I did find my people where I belonged.
Go out and meet people. Don't hide away in your room, even though it may seem scary. You never know who you're gonna meet and what friendship you're gonna build with that.
So my advice is to not go home, because going home, it's like putting a temporary band-aid on the situation, and like all the people that went home on the weekends, like they missed those opportunities to meet people and hang out.
I would say don't be afraid to talk to like an RA or a professor or your advisor, or even like you run into someone in the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth, like make a little like weird joke and be like, oh, ha ha ha, like brushing our teeth at the same time again, that's so funny, ooh. Like just making weird little friendships like that, then you like kind of have those connections.
And as cheesy as it sounds, pushing yourself to go do things is life-changing, and it'll just make you a happier person.